Yeah. So here I'll just give an overview about accounting structure once again. So account structure is where we link uh, main accounts, that is which we have created in chart of accounts, and then uh, the segments, like what segments for financial dimensions, which financial. Hello.
Yeah, are you sharing your screen?
No, no. Oh, okay, I'm not sharing my screen. I'll just share my screen. Okay, now can you see? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So account structure is where we link main accounts, that is which chart of account. Sorry, main accounts with financial dimensions. So we have created chart of accounts, right? With where it is a set of main accounts, and we have also created financial dimensions. But how do you think whenever while posting any transaction, for which main account which financial dimension should be get affected? So if you remember, we have discussed about the rent expense example. So in your organization, if you're paying a rent for finance department building in Hyderabad branch, uh, we'll have to give certain rules, right? But you have created a main account for the rent, and you have created a financial dimension values, like for branches, Hyderabad branch, and you have created financial dimension for business units. If you have, or else if you have, you might be having multiple departments in your company, right? Like sales, marketing, HR, finance, and all. But you have created all these futures. I mean, all these main accounts, financial dimensions, financial dimension values, everything. But you need to link. Unless you don't link that one, how do you think while posting the journal entry that is where that's the reason we will have an accounting structure. And for accounting structure also, see, for example, you have created segments on the financial dimensions, which is also called as a segments here. Let's say you have a warehouse in your company. So for warehouse, if the warehouse is located in Chennai branch, and for that Chennai branch again under warehouse, you will be having let's say like 2 3 sub departments, like let's say like you have created 2 3 groups of employees. And if while posting any transaction, if you want to uh, link any of the warehouse related financial dimensions to the transactions, so you in account structure you can create you can create I'll show you the how does it looks in the account structure here. You see here, sorry guys. So I'll just take you to the accounting structure which is already created, and then I will explain you how we can differentiate. I'll just make it duplicate and open the USMF one. See, this is how the account structure looks like. See, navigation would be general ledger under chart of accounts, select structures, click on configure account structures. So these are the account structures which are which are created in this demo environment, which are related to multiple companies. But you need to select, for example, we are not sure under USMF which is account structure, but for the time being, let us select this manufacturing China related or something. So if you see here, they have created main accounts in this series. Like instead of five is as they might have created main accounts in the series or like 4 digits instead of 5 digits or 6 digits as per their requirement. So this is, if you see here, manufacturing China, this is balance sheet. So for balance sheet, they have created separate set of they have given, they might have selected main account, they might have created main accounts, right? And those main accounts series is like between 1 to 5 or 5 5 while posting journal entry. And they have also created a business unit. Let's say for example, this 1100 is related to any cash account or any expense or sorry, anything, any related to balance sheet, for example, any fixed asset or anything. And while posting journal entry related to that particular expense or any income or anything related to the balance sheet account, they don't want, let's say they have got 5 business units, like 001, 0022, 005, and these, among these 5 business units, and they want only 2 business units to be selected for those particular balance sheet accounts. Instead of this, I'll give you one more example to make it easier to understand. Let's say uh, let me take you an example of rent itself. In your organization, you have 10 buildings, sorry, 10 let's say 10 departments. But among these 10 departments, you have a building for each department. And for all the 10 among these 10 buildings, you are paying rent only for 3 departments. And the rest of the seven, for the rest of the 7 department buildings, you are not paying any rent. They are your own buildings. So while posting journal entry every month while paying the journal entry for the rent paid, you will have to select the rent account, that is rent expense account at R2 cash or bank account, or like when if you're maintaining uh, any ledger account for that particular rent purpose, you can use that one. But in general, I'm telling, while posting any journal entry, you will have to select uh, this department also, right? That is this department is also called as a financial dimension. And these are financial dimension values. Correct. So this is a rent is a main account. Okay, I'll just make it easier. So I'll just give some names here. Okay, so till here you are clear, right? We have created one main account that is for rent and financial dimension, and that is departments and financial dimension values like department names, sales, HR, finance. And among these three financial dimension values, that is sales, HR, and finance departments, let's say finance department is own building. So uh, while posting journal entry every month for the rent account or rent expense, uh, if you remember, I have shown you how journal entry will be posted. And while posting this journal entry, you have to select either 001 or 002 itself. So how do you think this rent account will be configured? Only this zero will be linked only with 001 or 002, because while posting, if you don't give certain rules, uh, then it will while for your end user, it will also show all the three options, that is 001, 002, and 003. But you don't want a journal entry of rent to be linked with or to be shown for the finance department itself. That is where we will have to create an account structure. Account structure is nothing but main accounts plus financial dimensions. Let's say for rent, we have given one main account online. While posting journal entry, this main account is financial dimension values, that should be 001 slash 002. So this rent expense account should be linked only with sales and HR building rent only, but it should not it should not show any of your end user or while posting the rent transaction, that finance building segment 003, it should not be visible. So how do you think this will be restricted, or how do you think these rules can be given? That easier. So this is where we will give the main accounts. So if you have, let's say, this is only for one expense I told. Like this, each and every main account, you will be having n number of financial dimensions, right? For that purpose, you can give those conditions here. You can select the range of the main accounts, and you can select the business unit, and let's say a department and cost center, everything. So now we will try to. So you understood it. Uh, what is the purpose of giving the account structure, and how do you think how to select financial dimensions for main accounts that to be linked? Hello.
Yes, we understood.
Yeah, we understood.
Okay, so now I will take you to the company which we have created. Let me just so I have already configured accounting structures. See, if you see last week itself, in the previous session, for balance sheet and P&L, not an issue. I'll just delete or we can create a new session, that's not a problem. But to make it easy, because we are going to use the same BRT as a shortcut name, right? So I will, okay, I'll do one thing. I'll not delete this one. Okay, I'll just delete, that's better. I can explain you better. And the navigation is GL chart of accounts structures, accounting structures. Click on new, give the account structure name BRT. Okay, before this, see if you see the add main account is here, right? If you don't select this as yes, then how do you think main accounts will be shown here? Because the main purpose of account structure is to link the main accounts with the segments only, right? If you don't give the, if you don't select that option, it is not possible for you to create an account structure. But there is one more option. How do you add, how do you add, how to add the main accounts? Because main accounts is also kind of a segments that slowly you'll understand. If you want to add main accounts, you can either click on yes while creating the new one, or else here you can select main accounts. Yeah, see, financial dimensions is nothing but the segments. Main accounts also can become segments, branches can become segments, vendors can become segments, and customers, later companies, anything can become segment. So it is only, it will help you to identify, the system will see you. It is not necessary that departments or branches should become the segments. It is not like that. Depending on the situation, for example, if you're doing any warehouse related transaction, again under warehouse, let's say you have 100 employees and you have divided 100 employees into 5 departments in warehouse itself. So you can still 5 more financial dimensions, right? So like that, and all the employees also can become a segments. So we have created certain range. We have given range for the main account. Is that range? Yeah. So we have created main accounts that is from 1 series to 7 series. Oh, and we have also created financial dimensions, chart of accounts. I mean, chart of accounts is a let's set of main accounts that we have already configured. We have created few financial dimensions also. That is Britannia branches, Britannia departments, right? So, before creating two separate account structures for balance sheet and P&L, I'll just give you an example. How does it looks if you create an account structure overall for all the main accounts? See, by default, if you click on the new, the star symbol, it will be shown. That star indicates all main accounts. There is no restrictions. Like whatever the main accounts that you have created under BTN, that is Britannia company, all those main accounts are active, or you can say all those main accounts are uh, will apply will are allowed to post transactions. But since we have given a certain range, right, and we have given number series for all the main accounts, so I want to give that, specify those numbers. let's say from 1 lakh to, see, remember, two dots indicates and symbol, or you can say range symbol, not on symbol, it is a range. Yeah. So here I have given 1 lakh to till the last number series that we have selected. So by default, I'll just take you, yeah, I'll just give once again because I want to explain. See, by default, once you give the main account series, right, either two dots or anything, under allowed value details, I'll explain you once again how what is this operator and how to select all these things. It indicates that main accounts including 1 lakh and 7,999, all this. See, if you see here, by default star symbol has been selected. So star symbol indicates all the main accounts, that including 1 lakh and including 7,999. It didn't exclude any of the numbers. Let us say if you want to change, or if you want to do any ease between, I'll just select ease between, then okay, by default it's selected. Yeah. Ease between and includes it issue. Yeah, if you see here, I have selected ease between. That means main accounts between 1 lakh and 7,999. Only those accounts will get selected while posting the transactions. But these two accounts are excluded. These two are not visible to any of the end users, or this will not be allowed to end users to post for posting any transactions. For the time being, I'll just give it as a is between and includes. Is between and includes means all accounts between 1 lakh to 7,999, all these accounts are allowed to post any transactions. Okay, so in the example, yeah, so we have discussed account structure is a combination of main accounts plus financial dimensions, right, to post this rent account, rent expense. Yeah, we have selected main accounts. Then what is the next? Then what we have to select here? Can you please help me, any of you?
Yeah, like segments.
Yeah, segments in the sense is a financial dimensions. So how to add those segments? That is, click add segments. Let's say BRT branches, and I want to add one more segment, that is BRT business units. I'll add one more segment, that is BRT departments. Yeah. So okay, I just wanted to give one more update here. You have an option to add segments, right? This add segment, there is a limitation. That means you can add only 11 segments. That is, and the 11 segments includes main account, because main account is also an segment. Either you even if you while creating this main account you can add main account, or if you don't add main account also, only 11 segments are allowed, that is including main account. But while creating the main account, if you select this as add, by default this main account will be shown here, and the rest of the segments it will not show. So that means you have to select only 10 segments here. Let's say you want to record these transactions still more clearly, or we can say in depth, uh, under financial dimensions. If you want to select again sales, if you have sub departments again, let's say 5 to 6 departments, again under each department, if you want to specify any employee related or any uh, group related or anything. Let's say under sales there are 10 departments, again each department we have you have 10 segments. So you can create n number of financial dimensions for all those things. And while posting these transactions, right, if you want if you want to allow all the segments to be visible while posting transactions, you can just give it as a star mark. So while posting any transactions, what is it, while rent main account is 1 lakh, right? So while posting any transactions using the main account that is between 1 lakh to 7,999,999, there is no restrictions for BRT branches, units, departments, all whatever. Let's say they have three, we have three branches. Uh, so all the three branches will be shown, and if you have 5 business units, all those business units will be shown. And departments, here in this example we have created 3 departments, right? All the 3 departments will be shown. But in this example, what we have decided is, for finance we are not going to pay any rent every month. The rent will be paid only for sales and HR, right? How do you restrict while posting a rent account that end user should be allowed to choose, or he should be allowed to see only 001 or 002? That we have an option here. Uh, okay, before adding all these main accounts, I'll just show you one simple, like one main account that is rent related. So while posting any transactions of this rent, they can select branch, they can select business unit, but while post selecting the departments, there is a condition. We have to choose only 001 and 002. Then you can give 001 semicolon 002. It means while posting the rent transaction, the end user or anyone it may be, they will not be able to see this option itself, that is 003. It will not show them. And if you see here, this semicolon is here, right? Here semicolon indicates and, but we have only 001 and 002. That is why there is no confusion. Only two numbers that are we have given, and the two there is no difference between 001 and 002. In case uh, let's say there are we have got 10 to 15 departments, and HR dimension value is, let's say, 10. So here you can give, so while posting journal entry of rent expense 001 and 010, only these two are shown, but rest of the departments, that is 002, 3, 4, 5, 6, until whatever the rest of the departments or rest of the financial dimension values, those values will not be shown for this particular main account. Be careful, you have to select only and here, that is semicolon. If you have a doubt, just scroll down here under BRT departments. Since you have given only two values, that is why by default it's selected as a star. I'll just do few changes and we'll show you how does it looks. I think it is not showing any changes here. Actually, by default, it should get changed here. Okay, now I will do one more change here. Okay, I think there is some latency, guys. Even after removing the VRT departments, still under allowed values, I can see here. Okay, now it is changed. I think it will. I'll just give 001 to 010. Yes. So, what is the condition that we are supposed to give? We have to select while posting this rent account, rent expense, sales building department, and only HR building. We have to link, right? But if you see here, we have given two dots. That means, what is the meaning of these two dots? Can any of you tell me? Hello?
Yeah, it's like range
Uh,
from
but
001 to 010.
so the departments, if there are 10 departments, all those 10 departments will be selected, right, for this expense. But what is the condition that we have given? Hello? Can you tell me
Conditions
for this
like
rent
we
account,
need only
the
two zero
departments
zero
to be
one
selected?
and 002.
So not 002, 001 and 010.
Yeah, yeah.
But here we have given 001 two dots and 010. That means all departments will be selected, but condition says that only these two should be selected, right?
Yeah, so semicolon, right? Yeah.
Yes, semicolon. Yeah. If you see, after giving the semicolon, under allowed value details, this has been changed. It says that it is a clear description for the symbols that you have given under segment field. It says BRT departments is 001, and you can see here, or clearly it says you can select either this or this one. So you are getting my point, right? And that too while posting any transaction that is related to rent account, by default it is mandatory that you have to select any of these two options. Let's say you want to allow your end user, let's say you are paying any rent just for 1 day or 2 days or anything it may be, uh, and you don't want to specify that rent related to either sales or HR, and it is related to some, let's say for you have taken one event hall for 2 days rent, and while posting transaction, since you have so given restrictions saying that the rent account to be linked, or rent account to be uh, the expense, the main account of this rent should be linked with financial dimensions, that is 001 and 010. But how do you post? I'll just write an example. Paid for. Okay. Now tell me, how do you post that rent paid for an event hall that you have taken for rent for 2 days? This is not either related to sales or HR or finance or anywhere, and you don't have to. You didn't even create the financial dimension also. It is just like a one random expense that you have incurred for your business. But while posting journal entry, and if you select the main account as a rent, it is your end user is allowed to, he is forced to select any of these two options. Now tell me, how do you give them an option to unselect, or to give them an option not to select any of these departments? Are you getting my point?
I think by unchecking that tick mark.
No. By see the what is the condition that we have given?
We can leave
It,
it blank, right?
no, you cannot. What is the condition here we have given? 001 or 010. That means mandatory you have to select these two. But how do you post rent account, rent expense that you have incurred for only for 2 days? You have not created any financial dimensions. See, you cannot create a financial dimension only for this particular expense, right? Like this n number of transactions will be happening on daily basis, which can happen only once or twice in a year or month or anywhere, like random expenses. How do you link this main account of rent?
So I think we can create one miscellaneous department with that and link that to rent, so that any stuff like this can be s- entered in that.
No, it is not necessary for you to create any such separate department or anything. For that, we have an option here under allowed value details. Can you see blank values are allowed? Can you see this option?
Yeah, yeah.
So let's say for departments only, right? I'll just put my cursor here. I will give this option as a blank values are allowed. Click on apply. Can you see the changes? What happened here? Two inverted commas appeared on this field, right? Can you see this one?
Yeah.
Two inverted commas, semicolon 001, semicolon 010. Now, since I have given blank values are allowed and I have clicked on apply, right? Now, while posting this journal entry, that is rent paid for 2 days event hall, it will allow any of the end users to uh, post the rent transaction without selecting either 001 or 010. That means they can leave it as a blank. You gave me you just gave me, you just told, right? Why can't they leave it as a blank? To leave it as a blank also, this is a condition that that they have to select.
So only by checking that blank values itself, it's sufficient, right? We need not to select the 0019
No,
010.
because you have given this condition, blank values are allowed.
Yeah.
Since you have given this condition, it will not force any of your end users to select either 001 or 010. They can even leave it as a blank. I'll show you how does it looks now. Let me create a new journal entry. I'll just select journal lines. I think still same error I can see here. I don't know what is the reason. I'll
So these are all posted entries here 00480
yeah.
00459.
This I have selected USMF, right? This company which
Okay.
is already available. These are the list of the companies which are available in the trial version. For practicing purpose, they have created all the companies and posted transactions also. I'll see if there are any other companies which allows us to post any transaction. General journals. Okay, it is selected. Let me leave any main account. Yes, don't get confused. The language is not in English. We have selected some random company, but See, while posting the journal entry, let's assume you want to post rent journal entry, right? In the previous example, so you've just forget all these things. We'll discuss this later. And you have selected, you want to select the rent account. Let's say this is something. Let's assume that this is a rent account, and these are the financial dimensions. So they have restricted for all these main accounts. See, this is something Brazil related, I guess. So these are the main accounts that they have created, and these are the financial dimensions. So in account structure, they have given they might have given only two financial dimensions, that is segments. That is why here you can see only two financial dimensions. Let's say if they have given 5 to 6 financial dimensions, here you can see 5 or 6 financial dimensions. So you understood, right? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, what is the condition that we have discussed?
So like
This rent. Yeah.
yeah. So like if I have given 11 this one department, so 11 will appears,
Financial
right?
segments.
Financial yeah, in segments.
Uh, so here you can restrict because the segments includes this financial dimensions. So if you click on add segment, then it will show you the list of the financial dimensions.
Yeah, yeah, got it.
You can see a worker, vehicle. These are all the default dimensions which are available. Purpose, project. Let's say if you have any, if you want to add some project also, and if you want to track transactions of that project related only, then you can give the project also. Let's say there is only one project, or let's say you have got 5 6 projects, and you are paying rent only for one project. Then while say here, how many segments that you have given? Branches, business units, departments, and project, right? Here under main account, if you select that is 1 lakh, the moment you select 1 lakh as a main account, here it will show 4 segments, that is departments, branches, project. Since you have given mandatory fields, right? All those 4 fields, any of your end users should select while posting the transaction. So like this, you can create n number of uh, rules for your main accounts. So now you understood, right, how the account structure works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me remove this project, and here I'll also delete this one. I'll create a new account structure. See, we should remember any organization will have main important things are one is P&L account and balance sheet, right? So we have to create, in general, two account structures are created. So we have given a range of main accounts, right? These are related to, let's say, balance sheet, and these are related to P&L account. So if you create only one account structure, that is including balance sheet and P&L for all, let's say from 1 to 7 series. Let's say assume that this is not something related to balance sheet. Huh. So if you create only one accounting structure including P&L and balance sheet, it will be difficult for you to uh, pull any reports or to see the transactions, right? Because few segments, as I told in the previous example, rent related, that is not related to asset or that is not related to liabilities. But why do you think, why do you want to see under add under segments, let's say Britannia branches or departments? Like this you might be giving multiple segments, and it will be difficult for you always to uh, select which is related to balance sheet and which is related to expense. For that purpose we can create two different account structures, that is for balance sheet accounts one and P&L related one, because P&L will have a number of daily transactions like rent, maintenance, cleaning, all these expenses. But all these expenses are not necessary to link with the balance sheet, right? That's the reason we will create two accounting structures. What is the range of balance sheet? 1 lakh to 3 series, right? I'll give business units, I'll give branches, and I'm not going to give any restrictions, or I'll not give any financial dimension values, assuming that transactions of balance sheet accounts are uh, I mean they're supposed to, it is mandatory for them to select departments, business units and branches, because any balance sheet accounts or balance sheet transactions will be in general it will be huge amounts, right? Like any fixed assets or vehicles or anything. That's why I'll just make it as a mandatory and ensure that after giving the main account range, click on activate, and I'll explain you this later. Just click on activate, and if you see the status activating, after some time it will show as an active. And I will create one more account structure for P&L accounts. Okay, now can you tell me what is the series of main accounts that we have to give for P&L account structure? Hello, what is the range
Four,
that we have?
yeah, 4 lakh to 6, 999.
Two, six, triple nine, double nine, and segments we will give ERT departments, add segment, ERT branches. Okay, so now is it clear for you why we have to create two different account structures for P&L accounts and balance sheet accounts? In balance sheet account structure, we made all this as a mandatory, but in P&L also, is it mandatory for you to give this departments, branches, or business units? Hello.
I think it is.
Okay. Uh, Let us take the previous example. See, balance sheet, I have told you, it will contain transactions with a huge amounts, right? But P&L is nothing but the incomes and expenses, which might be having on daily basis regular small transactions also. So this is the rent paid only for 2 days. Now, if I make it as a star, it is mandatory for end user to select this departments, branches, business units, right? Uh, but is it now? Tell me, still, will you say that it is mandatory for end users to select these departments, branches, units?
It depends on the requirement, right?
Let's say this is example. On daily basis, you will be incurring a lot of such expenses, not just for eating hall rent. Let's say you have paid some cleaning or maintenance expenses or any electricity bill for 2 days or 3 days or anything as such. How do you differentiate, or how do you allow your end users to? I just given
You can leave blank, right? Blank
how to
values
leave
are
it.
allowed.
Hmm. Let's say for departments, click on apply. But why didn't we select this allow blank values for the balance sheet accounts? Can you tell me?
But it will not give us a correct figure of the.
Sorry.
But it will not give us a current figure. Like we will not be able to estimate the proper balance.
I didn't get you. Wait, I'll just open the balance sheet account structure. Yeah. So this is a balance sheet account structure, right? So we haven't given any uh, option, or I mean, we didn't select allow blank values for any of these segments. But here we have selected blank values allowed for departments. I have told you, right, that we for generally by in posting balance sheet account transactions will be of huge amount, and it is mandatory for you to select the departments or units or branches values. But here, like this, the transactions like random transactions, it is not mandatory for you to select. That's why we can allow it as a blank, and you can, let's say, so now you understood, right? When to allow use this allowed blank values and when to use this and symbol or range symbol or anything.
Yeah, we are clear.
Let's say I'll just take you one more example. Yeah.
We not create the news structure for
Yeah.
that reporting,
Sorry.
and do
And
we
that we
not
can
create any
create.
news structure for?
We can create new accounting structure also. It is since we here I'm just giving an example how balance sheet account structure and P&L account structure looks. Okay. Now we will take one more scenario. Let
So
us
one
say,
more question. So can we merge all three in one, like from 1 to 7 triple, 99 999, all in one account structure?
if you remember in the beginning, I have given one example creating only one account structure that is 1 to till 7 999 all nine. Now tell me, how do you identify which is related to balance sheet and which is related to P&L? And if you have, you see, this is the example. You have financial dimensions, right? Why do you want to give all the financial dimensions to balance sheet accounts? Is it necessary for you to give all the financial dimensions to balance sheet accounts, or uh, see? But how? Like, let's say I'll just show you here itself. So this is what you are asking, right?
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Now tell me, how do you restrict your end users while posting business balance sheet? Is in under business departments. You have let's say you just gave it as a star. Now how do you restrict your end users to post transactions related to rent? That is P&L and that rent only for the departments. What is your rent main account that we have given here? 1 lakh, right?
Rent is a expense, right? So I think
Uh,
it's, yeah.
no, no. In the example, for rent, what is the main account that we have given?
1 lakh.
Okay. And what is the condition that we have given?
1 lakh plus 001 slash 001 comma 010.
Either rent account should be selected only for 001 or 010, or it should be allowed to go for a blank. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now tell me, how do you restrict only for the rent account here? Since you have you have given series right here. Now tell me, how do you create here?
So can't we create any drop down from the instant departments like rent, like account, assets, and that, so that they can
Sorry?
in, so can't we create any drop down in the departments segment like rent, like all the expenses, all the assets, all the liabilities of that sort?
Yeah, we can create new this one,
For
right?
that purpose
Dimension.
only, for the no, no, for that purpose only, you can create a separate account structure for P&L and balance sheet. Sorry, I didn't get you. You can ask me once. Can you tell me once again what is your doubt here?
Like we will, my question was like we create one account structure including that from 1 lakh to 7 lakh, that thing, and in the department
Let's say
section,
this we have created.
yeah, and in the department segment we can create drop like different categories like assets all one, all liabilities one, all expense one, segments within the departments one.
Huh. So yes, but that option is not available. That is the reason instead of creating instead of going to that option, you can create a two different account structures, right? That is for balance sheet and P&L account.
Okay.
then it will be easy for you to select the departments. Why do you want to see for this P&L? Mm, sorry, 426,999, right? Uh, Now tell me, which is easy, either creating a different account structure or creating one account structure? Like not 1 lakh, 4 lakh is the rent. So one's main account 4 lakh. Okay, now tell me how to restrict this rent account should be given only for the 001 and 00010. Just now we have discussed. If you can help me, and then I'll give. We'll see if we can create one more add lines here. If you okay. In the meanwhile, can you just tell me how to restrict this main account and the rent account? So here, what is the range that we have selected? 4 lakh to 6 triple nine and double nine, right? And it is mandatory while posting transactions between these range that end user has to select departments, branches, and units. And now you want to restrict rent. Can you guide me how to do? Hello.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Tell restrict that rent account only for those two financial dimensions. What is the rent main account given for rent?
4
4 lakh.
lakh.
Okay.
So you can restrict in departments, right? 001 and 010.
Here, if you restrict, that condition will apply to all the main accounts, right?
So okay. So we
The
we need
is
we
between
can
4 lakh
select
to 6
only
triple
4
nine.
lakh as main account.
That is why I have created one more 4 lakh here. But already in this range, I have given 4 lakh. That is already included, right? So it is an overlap. Now what we are supposed to do here? See, it's 4 lakh triple nine double nine overlaps with the row 4 lakh.
Like we need to change 4 lakh to 5 lakh, 5 lakh to 6,999.
Why to change instead of that one? You can just give it as a one. It is
Srinivas,
loading. Let it load.
I have a question over here.
Now what is it we have discussing? Only for the rent account you want to restrict departments and branches and business units, right? And the rest of the accounts you don't want to restrict. And now your problem is clear. One minute. What is the range that you have selected here? Yes, 4 lakh.
Srinivas, I have a question over here.
Yeah, tell
So,
me.
don't we have an option like if we are creating any, for this example only, if we have created one separate structure for rent, and we are
Yes, no, no,
creating,
not separate structure. Under P&L accounting structure, we have created separate line.
yeah, yeah, that's
Mm.
only. So we have created a separate line for rent, and like we can make any configuration like whatever changes we do in that rent line, it automatically gets adjusted in that P&L structure without any overlapping or any disturbance with the
No,
other
here
values.
only no, no. See, instead of that one, you can specify the transactions here. Let's say this rent account to be given only for 001 and 001 right?
Okay.
So now our condition is met, right? Here by giving 001 and 010.
Srinivas,
Hello,
your voice is getting
am I audible
disturbed.
now?
Yeah,
How is
it's
it
good
now?
now. Yeah, it's good now.
Okay, so here I have given uh, departments, that is 001 and 010 for main account of rent. So did we meet our condition here?
Yes.
So now transactions between port 1 to 6 triple nine triple nine, it won't you can you need not to restrict for two departments. All the departments will be possible, but over account departments will be restricted. Are you getting my point?
Yes. Got it.
Okay, now I will take you to one. I'll just give you one more example. Okay, let's say uh, this revenue account series that is between 4 to 4 triple nine double nine. Let's say you are getting uh, under departments. How many departments we have created? That is sales, HR, finance, right? Hello.
Sales and HR, right? 001 and 10. Finance is 003.
Let no, no, let us assume that three departments, that is sales, HR, and finance. Assuming that revenue will be only from the sales, and expenses are related to only rest of the departments, and you want to restrict that is sales department to be linked only for the revenue related, or let's say not instead of revenue, let us say expenses. So, under sales, any company will be having any marketing expense or sales campaign expenses or any promotion expenses, right? So all those expenses of sales department, or let's say any expenses of your company, that should be linked only for the sales department. Now tell me how to restrict that sales department, the accounts between 5 lakh to 5 triple nine double nine should be related to only sales. Let's say you have created, I'll take this same example here. This is for, let's say, digital marketing. You're spending some amount for digital marketing. That's why you have created one main account for 5 lakh. and you have created one more. This is for, let's say you're spending some amount for TV ads, and these two are related to sales. Okay, so while posting the entries, any expense that you are incurring digital marketing, that should be restricted only for the sales department, and any TV ads also should be restricted to sales. Like this, let us say you have created n number of main accounts like digital marketing, TV ads, or any let's say sales. E- e- like this, you have created till, that is line. So you have created n number of main accounts that is under sales department. All these expenses that
Your voice is breaking.
you have incurred between. Okay, am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, is it better?
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
So see here, we have given the range here in 4 lakh 1 to 6 triple nine double nine. All these departments should be selected by default. But here we thought to give we thought to say we have decided that expenses related to sales should be or expenses that is whatever the expenses that are organization that will be now here help me how to expenses related to expense main expenses should be selected only for the sales department. Hello, hello. So
Yeah,
did you
hello.
understand this? Did you understand this one?
Can we create sub departments
Where
under PRT departments?
no, here I'm telling you have created main accounts, right? That is 5 lakh, 5 lakh 1, 5 lakh 2, 5 triple nine. You want to restrict that is related to sales. Now, how to create that one? How to do that? Okay, now tell me what is the meaning of this one, of this line?
It's for rent and for department
Uh,
001010.
and you can select only these two, right?
Your voice is
Hello.
breaking.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes.
So while posting rent transactions, you can select only two departments, that is 001 and 00010. Uh, uh, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is my question? Uh, I'm asking you, while posting transactions that is between 5 lakh to 5 triple nine double nine, only sales department should get selected. How to do that here? So you have selected one main account for these two branches. In the same way, how to do this one for this
I
range?
think we I think we need to create the a line from 5 lakh 2 to 5
Okay,
triple, leaving the
correct.
TV and digital marketing.
Yes. I'll create one more line here.
So can we create a number of lines?
Yes, you can create. The reason why I'm stressing about this account structure is, if you understood this one, it you I mean, if you understand this account structure, you will know what is the main account's financial dimensions. By this time already you might should have understood how all this will be linked.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, what is the condition that we have given? 5 lakh to 5 lakh triple nine. That is related to sales and sales expenses. And branches, departments, sales.
Only
That is
sales
zero
or
zero one
001?
zero zero one. Okay. So now if I try to click on activate, do you think it will activate?
No, it would include the digital marketing
Yeah,
and TV as well.
Can you
it's
observe
included in.
this 5 lakhs is included? So how
Yes.
to do the changes here? I should exclude this one.
So 4 lakh to 499,999.
Yes, correct. See, it says an error, that is it is overlapped. So instead of that one, okay, I don't know what happened. I think it got refreshed, or let's see what happened. Okay.
So, how much time will it take to get activate? Like balance sheet
Uh,
is still in activating.
Generally, it takes it sometimes like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, kind of.
Okay.
Yes. Can you see this comment? Account structure BRT P&L EAS account structure is okay. But before that, it it has thrown some error saying that there is some overlap issues. Now, what is that condition that we have given here? Expenses, that is, uh, okay. I'll try to make it still more clear. Let's say instead of this range, let me select these particular accounts itself. Okay, we have created 4 main accounts, and any expenses that you are trying to post for these main accounts, that should be, that should fall under only for sales, right? So we have given sales. So now you understood, right? How does it works here? Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So either you can specify the main accounts, say, or else you can just give it as a range. Let us say there is no main account with the 59999. We have only 3 main accounts. Now you can give this 5 triple. You can either specify like this, or else you can just give 2 dots. Now, did you understand the main accounts of 5 lakh, 5 lakh 1, 5 lakh 2? While posting any transactions that is related to three these main accounts, under departments, only sales account will be shown. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now what shall we do for the rest of the main accounts? That is from 5 lakh 3 to till 59999. We'll add one more line. Maybe those are related to different expenses. And I'll not give any restrictions for this one. Instead of this one, I'll just give blank values. Apply.
This you have given hyphen, so does it work?
Sorry. Okay. No. We should give the. Sorry. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now you understand. I'll just repeat once again. This rent expense, we have selected only 001 and 010. So while posting transactions related to rent, only these 2 accounts are you will be allowed to select, and these are mandatory. And the branches, it is mandatory, and it will allow all the branches. There is no restrictions. And the series and the main accounts between these, the series of 4 lakh 1 to 49999, there is no such restrictions, but it is mandatory for you to select all the main accounts. Sorry, all the segments that you have given here. And this is related to sales expenses, that we have created 3 main accounts, that is for 5 lakh and 5 lakh 1, 5 lakh 2. And while posting transactions, it is mandatory for you to select 001, that is which is sales department, and the branches, units, all these things are mandatory. And you can select whatever that is available, either if you have 5 6 branches, you can select any of the branches, but it is mandatory. And the main accounts, that is the range between these 5 lakh 3 to 5 triple 999, it is not mandatory for you to select the departments. The reason being, you have given blank values. You have given allowed value, allowed blank values are allowed. So while posting transactions, it will allow you to post it as a blank without selecting any of the departments. Or if you want to select any of the departments, you can do that. Let us say you want to restrict here also. So if you give 001, and if you also give these blank values, it indicates while posting any transactions of this range, you can either leave it as a blank or mandatory you have to select 001, but you cannot select 002 or 003, that is other departments. So are you getting my point?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, under departments, I'll select blank values. I'll click on apply. Okay. Now tell me, what is the meaning of this one? Hello?
Mm,
Like we are allowing all the blank values.
What does the star symbol indicates?
all the values
Yes. And inverted commas?
blank.
Yes.
Sorry,
Now
yeah, blank.
blank. Now tell me, what is this combination of both blank values and star indicates?
All blank values.
So while posting transactions between these 5 lakh 3 to 5 triple 999, either you can leave it as a blank. That means while posting, see, let's say 50003. Yeah. Let's say you are selecting this main account, and what is under account structure, we have given blank values also, right? So it is not mandatory for you to select any of these segments. You can just leave it like this. But for this one, departments, hello.
Like we
See,
can leave it as blank or we can select 001.
so here, after selecting this main account, let us say this is related to branches and this is related to departments. Now, since we have given these restrictions, right? That is departments, it should either allow blanks or it should allow only 001. Here also, it will throw you an error saying that you cannot, if you try to select 002 here, it will throw an error. What does it says? You have to select only 001. So now you understood it, how does it works by giving the conditions here.
Yeah.
So star, remember, star indicates all values. So like this, you can create n number of lines and n number of restrictions and to your main accounts accordingly. After so this is what main about the account structure. After doing this one, just click on activate. Okay, so let it get activated. So now are you clear about this one? Main accounts, financial dimensions, account structure.
Yeah.
Okay, so now as we discussed before, you have created what is the general structure, account structure. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Do you remember? It's okay. I'll just give an overview. We have created legal entity, currency, financial dimensions, main accounts, and structure. We have created all these configurations, right? That is legal entity, calendars, currencies, currency, EFTs, chart of accounts, main accounts, account structures. Now we have to link all these. See, in account structure, we have linked financial, sorry, main chart of accounts, sorry, main accounts and financial dimensions. And if you want to link all these, where do you link? We have already discussed about this one. Do you remember? See, while posting this journal entry, see, if you see here, can you see here? Let's say this is a
Yeah.
journal entry. You can see company name, account type, main accounts. Can you see the currency here?
Yes.
Yeah. So to post these transactions, right? You want to link all these legal entity, calendars, currency. Calendars, what is the purpose? Unless you don't select the calendar, it won't show you the date. If you don't give it the currency, it won't show you the currency. But if you want, this is the structure in general. This is a structure, right? This is the accounting structure. That means these are the basic setups. So you want to link legal entity, calendars, currency, FDs, chart of accounts, main accounts, account structure, all this in one set. You have to link all this. So where do you link all this one? We have already discussed. I'll just take you show you once again. That is under general ledger. Can you see this one? Ledger setup.
Yeah.
Under ledger, just select ledger. Yeah. So do you remember the screen? Here we have to select. So what is the chart of account that we have created for Britannia? That is
Mm,
BRT, right?
Yeah, PRT.
VRTCY. So you have to select the chart of accounts. And what is the calendar that we have created? BTN. BTN. And you can ignore this balancing financial dimension that we'll discuss later. And yes, account structures. Just now we have created two account structures, right? That is for balance sheet one and for P&L one. So we have to add that those two account structures here. Sorry, we have to select on click on add. So we have created this one only, right? Britannia balance sheet account structure. Select this one. And we have also created that is P&L. I think this is still under activating status.
In trial version, will it get activated? This
Yes,
is,
I have activated it. For me, it is
yeah, yeah.
activating, but I'm not sure about your online version. It will be
Okay.
activated or not. It says adding an account structure will require a ledger dimensions for any unposted documents. That means once you select this account structure and once you set up this ledger posting later, it will be difficult for you to delete or anything. But this is where you will have to link all your account structure, main accounts, everything. And what is the one more account structure that we have created? This is for balance sheet. And one more,
PNL.
let us see whether that P&L is activated or not. Not sure why it is not showing. I can see here BRT P&L. Okay, status is it is still under activating, so not an issue. We can add it later. So here under ledger setup, we are supposed to add all these things, right? Legal entity, calendars, currency, all these things. Anyhow, since we are doing under Britannia itself, the company has been name has been already selected, and the chart of accounts we have selected, fiscal calendar we have selected, and the account structures we will add that P&L. And what is the next one? Currency. So accounting currency and reporting currency, exchanging currency. If you want to use accounting currency as an USD, you can do that. And reporting currency, if you want to give any other currency as per your requirement, that you can give here. So after this, account for currency revaluation, this one we will discuss it later. So the basic setup is done. So now, while posting the journal entry, we will be allowed to select the currency, and we can select the ledger accounts. All these things can be done. So for that purpose only, we have selected the account structures, chart of accounts, fiscal calendar, all these things. And whenever you do any changes here, right? Let us say if you want to uh, change any chart of accounts, or if you are doing any changes in the account structure or calendar or anywhere it may be, always we have to click on recalculate ledger periods. So if you click on this recalculate ledger periods, uh, transactions related to previous balances or any upcoming, like if you want to do any if you do any changes, all those changes will be uh, from backend. It will do adjustments by default. You need, for example, recalculate ledger periods. Let us say you're trying to post any transactions, or let us say you have uh, created 2 3 groups or 2 3 periods. Do you remember in fiscal calendar we can create periods also, like for 15 days one period, 15 20 days one period.
Yeah. Yes.
Huh. Yes. So after a certain point of time, let's say after 2 3 months, you have created, you have done few changes. You have created 2 3 separate periods. If you, after creating those changes, if you click on recalculate ledger periods, the balances of all the periods will get divided to those periods which you have divided, and then it will be shown here. I mean, it will give you the proper report. If you don't click on recalculate ledger periods, then the necessary, the changes what you have done in the calendar, it will, I mean, see, by default it will do, and the balances will get uh, updated. But it is always better if you click on the this option. I'll just show you how does it looks here. Let's say for ledger calendar. So by this time you should be able to understand what is it accounts ledger setup means. Ledger setup includes all this, the linkage, the setup that you're going to give to post any ledger transactions. So how do you post ledger transactions? The basic requirements to post any ledger transactions is to link the legal entity with the calendars, currency, financial dimensions, chart of accounts, main accounts, and account structures. Unless you don't link any of these, it is not possible for you to post any transactions for any module. It may be, these are the, this is where the basic setup is done. Okay, uh, let us say here, so period 0, it is always permanently closed. I have explained you this one. The reason why it is always permanently closed is this is used only for the transferring the balances from the period, previous period. Let us say for this period 1, you have done some changes. Okay, I should click on edit here. Huh. Let us say for period 1, on hold. Can any of you tell me what is the meaning of this on hold of this period 1? And if I click on save, what is the impact that is going to happen on hold for this period?
Yeah, we cannot post transactions.
Correct. Let us say I have kept, I have changed the status on hold and save. Now you will understand the meaning of this recalculate ledger periods. If I click on this recalculate ledger periods, going forward while posting any transactions of that particular period which we have changed the status to hold, that will be restricted. If you don't click on this one, still system will follow the rules that you have given, but it is always suggested to use this option. Now I'll click on the recalculate ledger periods. Run in the background, yes. Yeah, so it might take some time, uh, but this is how the account structure or the ledger setup can be linked. I'll just take you to the led ledger setup. Yes. So we need to add that P&L account structure. Since it is activating, we can add it later. Okay. So this is how the ledger setup is done. Uh, Chart of accounts, fiscal calendar, account structures, currency. That's all. We'll see whether that P&L it is activated or not. Yes, it is activated. I have selected this one also. So maybe it is taking some time, but after some time it will show you the list here, the account structures that you have added here. Okay, so we are done with the today's topic. I'll just stop the recording.